Hello builders, and welcome to another ESO Homes. This is going to be a video with a difference. It's not actually a build video, it's a behind the scenes video. Basically I'm going to show you the troublesome underbelly of home building in Elder Scrolls that you will not be shown. Well, as far as I know, no one else has ever shown it on YouTube. Now, the issue is moving stuff around. It's not going to be me picking stuff up and putting it down. It's going to be me showing you all the houses where I've had to dump items off. I'm going to show you what it's like to be a hoarder in Elder Scrolls. And what it's like to never know what you're going to need for your future builds. This video is in response to a comment I had on one of my videos from it was a troll. Basically someone put on my video, "Ooh, building on the player test server, anyone can do that." Well, yes, anyone can go on the player test server if they have the game on PC. And they could also go on the Xbox or the PlayStation or the regular PC server, and anyone could build a home. But I thought that was particularly denigrating to the amount of work that myself and all the other content creators put in. We do this because we love the game. We do it because we have a passion for building. I don't know of anyone that's really monetized for ESO Homes building, but when you look at Elara Northwind's builds, for instance, the amount of skill that she's put into her builds, the absolute perfection of the placements, the alignments, the way that she's got the layouts done, and then once she's put all this initial work in, then there's the video editing, the sound, the subtitles, the atmospherics that have to be overlaid. Her videos are phenomenal. I am jealous of the skills and the abilities that she has for home building. But then also when you look at God, what's his name? Kajitori? Okay, so if you've never seen them, check out Elara Northwind, E-L-A-R-A Northwind. And I'm just looking up housing hike for Kajitori for his channel. And I can't see it. Okay, I should have looked this up before. Okay, so just put in ESO capitals and then gap housing gap hike H-I-K-E. He tours houses, and the amount of work that these people have put in as well, it's incredible. It's so much work that goes into this game, and then for someone to come around and just insult all of us by saying that it was easy and anyone could do it, well, that annoyed me on a lot of levels. The other issue is that if you're on the player test server, you know, it's difficult, but at some point you get your items deleted and then you have your crowns refunded and you can just rebuy them. But if you're on the Xbox or the PlayStation or the regular PlayStation server, which is Kajitori's on, I don't think he runs on the play test server normally, we don't get the items refunded. Everything, I've said this before, everything we have, we build, we buy, we make, we barter for, and we can't trash it, and it costs us a lot of in-game. I'm broke in game. I'm always broke in game. I mean, what have I got on me? I've got 7k gold. I think I've got 0 in the bank, and that's because whenever I get money, I'll find a new recipe. I mean, that's day-to-day stuff, but when I get a chunk, I'll go find recipes or materials. So the struggle we have, and the player test server people have it as well, but to a slightly smaller extent, is in this house, if I do a build and we're at Grand Sijic Villa, I'd have to empty 700 items out in multiple shifts because of pocket space, and then find stuff to bring it back, and that can take hours of just porting. And you're like, well, why is it so difficult? That's where this video kicks in. I'm now going to tour all of the dumping grounds that I have, or some of the major ones, and you're going to see how much the work we all put into this game, how much it really is a true labour of love to do these builds and then to show them off, you know, just for pleasure. Yes, we get praise sometimes, but also, like I do it, to give you guys ideas, because I don't know, I love educating people, if possible, or at least, you know, just little tips and tricks. And I always try to find new content. I've never found someone else's build and copied it. That would be annoying. I find it annoying on TikTok when you find a funny joke and then you realise 30 people have made the same video. It still takes talent to do it, but it's not original. So that's it. So start the video. There'll be less talking. This is my dumping ground, just for structural pieces, lighting, and a few other generic bits. It used to be more mixed. So you saw that there were 700 items, but it's not a house. You've got all my elsewhere, or a percentage of it. If I ever do Eleanor builds, and then we're going to see more Eleanor. And this stuff isn't just placed here for fun, it's because I need to be able to find it. You'll never know when you need one random piece. When the Eleanor section, when Eleanor was new, I farmed the recipes, I started crafting it and selling them. I didn't sell the recipes, I actually sold the furniture. Like, this is just my collection of roofs. There's about 60 something walls. So this is what happens every time I'm going to do a build. I have to come and wade through all this stuff and pick it up and put it down. I'm actually in the middle of trying to tidy this up and make the houses more organised, like Daedra shouldn't be in here. But just to show you what's in my pockets for a second. Let's just go to invent. This will be a temporary hitch. I picked a few random bits up. So there's even like 38 solitude platforms. Oh, I just need to show you the pipes as well. God damn it, they're not here. These I had to buy from a pack. I don't have all the recipes, I've got some of them. But the cost of making dwarven furniture is absolutely unreal. It's insane. There's more crap everywhere. The inside has only got a few really bits. Oh, this is a fun one. This house is my dumping ground for structures, but only clockwork, Dwemer and Dwarven, and all the stuff that goes with those. I incorporate a lot of Dwemer or clockwork into my builds, especially if I'm doing a lab or some kind of machine area. And also I like the fact that you can have moving parts in the walls. It just gives a bit more movement to the builds. But again, what you guys don't see and yeah, some people spend all their money going out to the club or going to the cinema, or every 2 or 3 months they'll go to a amusement park, or bloody Disney World, and spend $700 or like 40 at the bar. I don't. For 2 years I've been a student nurse. I don't have a lot of cash. Most of the time I work 1 day a week. But when I have cash, I spend it on crowns, and then I buy stuff for here, or I pick up a few items that I can't craft or that are pack only. Or occasionally I'll get crown gems, crown crates, because I have to have these. They're just amazing. That's it. So this is where my money goes to make me happy. Oh, okay, we're moving on to Eleanor's private arena. This dumping ground is library. I've started dumping, but not all of the stuff I'm having for a future fish tank. And it used to be kind of a general dumping ground for the stuff that I didn't know what the hell to do with. I'm planning to make a small town with like a walled-in city on multiple levels inside this courtyard, but I'll have to empty it out first. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I might do that as my next build, now that I've got all these structural pieces lying around. Oh, let's move my earpiece. And what makes it hard is because we never know what we're going to use, and everything's so damn expensive in the game for crafting. Ugh, I bought a few houses and they always give you this stuff, and it's so unwelcome. What this game really needs is something like the craft bag. But instead of having ingredients or crafting items in it, you can just put all your furniture inside of this one bottomless craft bag, and then when you need to place it, you can bring it out. Now, I would pay the same price for that as I would for a 700 slot house. So for that function, just for ease and convenience and stress-free, I would definitely have 15 to 1800 crowns. Would be so worth it. I mean, the banker was 5,000. So when the fish tank I haven't built, and this isn't anywhere near my books, it isn't near all my library shelves. Beds from furniture packs. I bought the house decorated Lunar Hall Champion because I wanted those tapestries, and then never used them. I think one of the issues I have is I always try to make these big weird houses with brand new ideas and huge projects, and it makes it so hard that you can't finish them off properly. Yes, this is where I put all my storage on my tents. This could go in structures, but I just yeah, just kind of dumped everything off. This next house is my dumping ground for Daedra, the Assassin's Guild, Dark Brotherhood. Oh my god, I've remembered the name. I tried doing this video earlier and I blanked on Dark Brotherhood. I keep having these gaps whenever it comes to their name. I mean, Thieves Guild is easy, but it's not the Assassin's Guild. So yeah, Dark Brotherhood, Daedra, Daedric, Torture, Vampire, and again a few remnants from when I was doing builds here. I don't pick everything up afterwards, that would be just too complex. So this was my little side house, greengrocers. I also tend to spread things out so I don't have to pick up 10 things to get to the one that's in the middle, or that stuff doesn't get lost. I've also dumped all my paintings in here that come with houses, from pickpocketing, from chests. I do like the new vampire ones, they're actually quite pretty. So this place is a real mix-up. It's like traditional art gallery long hall. I was playing with Breton. Oh, this is also my Breton furniture dumping ground. I don't really like Breton furniture. I think it's clunky and ugly. The only good thing about the Breton is it has the rocking chair, which is unique, and it has one of the two babies' cradles. The other one is orc. Playing with windows, I've got the vampire one set in, and then the Khajiit moon, wherever the hell they are. And again, this isn't a build. It's like bits of a build left over, but it's just when I dump stuff in, sometimes I try to rearrange it. That's got to move. Do that now because it's annoying me. I've got a load more Cold Harbour stuff to come in here. I mean, it would be interesting to see what other players have got. Oh, this is going to be the dumping ground for my garden items. You tend to get flowers when you buy houses, or plants, but it tends to be 4 different kinds and then 20 of each one. And that is so tedious, because again, a lot of the time the storage chests are full, the pockets are full, so we have to place them and it takes up 20 slots. I've managed to empty a 60 slot chest somehow, so I'm going to pick up all the Solitude pieces, and with 60 slots I can probably pick up 1500 items because they stack, just to give myself some breathing room. If you've never been here before, this is one big empty field with just a little pond in the middle. And if you include the plants which are lights, I've actually got 662 plants, and that's not included in the vase. I nearly said vase, and I'm sure the American viewers will be going, what? You can get a lot of flowers from the zone merchants, especially fronds and ferns, but you can get the flowers as well, sometimes from multiple zones, especially the hibiscus, that in white and also in red. Yep. Yeah, so this is what it's like to be a plant and tree hoarder. And again, like more fish tank stuff. I had a I actually built a marsh between like a canyon here, and it looked pretty effective. So we're still traveling through. If anyone's still here, frankly, I'm going to be amazed. But I don't know. I mean, I just thought it might be interesting to see something different, and I certainly know that no one else that I've ever seen has put their dumping grounds online. Now, a couple of my guildies have been to one or two. Somebody wanted to see what clockwork I had once. I think I blew his brain. But I know that no one's ever done a multiple house tour of all the crap. And I know that my guildies have complained about having issues with storage. But as far as I know, I'm probably the most guilty of hoarding. This was a Halloween house. I built a tomb inside a cave system. I hid the walls. And then it came out into a church upstairs. And it was a solitude church, and then there was a Nord village in the middle of a harrow storm. That was fun. But again, 372 items of just junk, and even more flowers and plants. And it's always kind of odd when you see someone that you've dismantled, because bits get left behind. Like, I haven't picked up all the windows from the houses I built from the village. Oh yeah, I forgot my my vampire attack. Oh, if anyone wants to know how to do this, Parari at an angle, Nuzima. The Daedric spout, you can't hide it fully, it's impossible. But this is, I think it's a Lux item, but it moves. And then a Nernstone. And you just stick those together, and it looks kind of cool. I'm going to keep that intact for my next Halloween, maybe. Oh. Alright, let's show you one that's not a dumping ground, but it's something I do for my guild. If anybody wants furniture, I'll say to them, because I used to be a lot more organised, what do you need, or what style, or what kind of item, and then assume they want one of these 9 styles. I think there's 17 in the game, but you can't place them all in one area. I mean, I'm on 1800 recipes, no, probably about 1700 recipes at the moment that I've learned. I've only got 600 and something placed here. It used to be 700, and then they brought out the Solitude and even more, and I hadn't even placed my greens, so getting ahead of myself. Basically, if somebody gives me a list of what they want that I can make, I just craft it for guildies for free. So this is going to involve more hoarding, but of a different kind. This is my one of everything house. I've probably got more for each style to add. I know I've got the single lights. I think I've also got the table lantern from Elara to add. But yeah, so they tell me what they want. I go to my spreadsheet I printed out, and I'll just give them a list of the materials they need to farm or find. I don't charge. If they're able to tip, yeah, that can be nice, but if they can't because they've just spent all the money on materials, I don't care. I mean, just like I do the videos to help people with ideas, I do this just to help people with their builds. So, High Elf, Elara, my Northern Solitude are missing, Breton's out, ugh. My Keji, and then a chunk, but not all, of my Elsewhere. My Evil, my Alien. I can't find any of the bookcases. I've tried. Somebody was once selling a bookcase for 7 mil. I didn't have it, and I wouldn't spend that much. I mean, 7 million, it's, you know, one recipe, or it's 5. Oh, I don't know. I'd have to work it out, but it's a big fucking buttload of purple recipes now that they've got a lot cheaper. The other thing is, in the game, it can be quite hard to get hold of clutter. This is my pride and joy. These stupid little bottles at the back, originally they were all going for 100 to 120,000. The one under the cursor I only got recently, but it was 70. I was very happy. So that's all my pretty shit. And again, I've got so much stuff missing. There's actually a lot of cushions I haven't learned. I can't find the recipes. Red guard, the pretty things are just hard to get. My signs can move. I think I had full pockets at one point and I needed to move some stuff. So that's it. That's the majority of my big ticket houses. But just assume that a bunch of these have got stuff piled up. Not so much the little ones, but that's full. I don't know about that one. That was full. It's like half full now. That's full. That's completely full. Bought that one purchased. Haven't done anything with it yet. And that one's a dumping ground. So there's a lot. I think that's it. I can't really think of anything to wrap up the video that I haven't already told you. So when you see people on YouTube doing these videos, just show them a little love. I mean, even if their execution's not great, just remember that we've put a lot of work into doing this, and it really is a labour of love. That's it. Should be... What are you doing? Sorry, my cat's being weird. Yeah, normal services of housing should be resuming soon. I've got a couple of ideas in the pipeline for builds. And until next time, happy building.